Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia, and today I'm going to be doing my April budget with you guys. So it's definitely been quite some time since the last time I've uploaded on YouTube, so I'm very excited to be back. I have definitely missed you guys. I've missed uploading. I'm slowly making my way back into things, but for today's video, I'm gonna be budgeting in this Erin Condren Monthly budget. Let me tell you guys, I have not budgeted since last year in December, so I am quite behind on budgeting. My budget is a hot mess. I somewhat had to start all over again. But yeah, so the cover that I have is, there's this quote on here that says, sometimes the smallest step in the right direction ends up being the biggest step of your life. I think this is so cute, but I think I'm actually going to be switching it out with this lacy pattern. I've had this cover for like a few years now, so it's not available anymore on the Erin Condren site, but I am going to switch this. I also am planning to do a budget planner setup with you guys for this planner, because I have not done anything to this yet, so there's definitely a lot of things that I have to set up in here, especially when it comes to like bills. I really like tracking all the bills in the back of the planner. So I definitely want to do that. And then also for the calendar, I have some dates that I like to put in there as well. So I'm going to be doing a video for that too. I'm not sure when, but I definitely will soon. Hopefully soon. Some of you guys might know I've been pregnant, so I'm in my second trimester. I'm actually 4 months. So I'm really excited. I'm really happy. Things are going really well. I'm still nervous. I'm still waiting for the 5 months one for the anatomy screening, I think it's called. And I think after that I'll feel a lot more relieved. But meanwhile, I'm over here feeling a lot better than first trimester. Okay, so I think I talked enough for this planner. I love this cover so much. Like, I think this is one of my favorite covers I've ever gotten. Let me go ahead and switch to February. I literally have like nothing in here. Don't mind my pups squeaking their toy in the back. For the April budget, I usually will have a key because I like to have expenses in here with expense trackers, but I will set all that up with you during my week 1 check-in. And then I'm going to go ahead and set up my budget with you guys. So the kit that I have today is actually a kit that I made myself for April. My shop is currently still closed. I don't think I will be reopening this month. Most likely in May I will be reopening, so I do apologize for the wait for some of you guys. I was not expecting for it to be so long when I took a break during pregnancy, but I didn't want to push myself. I wanted to make sure that I had a healthy pregnancy. So I truly hope that you guys can understand and aren't too mad at me, but I am planning on reopening in May. And as you can see, my budget kit format is very different. I changed it again because I wasn't happy with the last reformat, so I'm reformatting again, but I'm also playing around to see how I like it. So don't mind me, I'm just playing around with the format, but so far I actually really enjoy this one a lot more. So this one is the April budget. You see that now it comes with the washi and a thin washi along with everything else all in one sheet. Same with my weekly balance. I use this weekly balance because I don't use cash. I use only my card. I like to use the weekly balance to balance out all of my categories. Then I have my weekly check-in for all of my little budgets that I give myself. And then I have sinking funds, variable income, and savings tracker. So I will be, of course, throughout the month using all of these and showing you guys how I use these and how I set everything up, and explaining my budget as I go forward, especially because I have to restart quite a bit. But for today, I believe I'm going to be doing my April budget, variable income, and I'm missing one, variable income and savings tracker. So I'll be setting up all 3 of these today. For my sinking funds video, I will have this up hopefully soon. I don't want to give a date because I don't want to disappoint you guys. And then I also will be doing my weekly check-in with these 2 sheets as well, because I need both of these to do a weekly check-in. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is the Erin Condren, I believe the monthly planner. It used to be called Deluxe Monthly Planner, but I think it's just Monthly Planner now. This is the Flora design. So for this one, I don't really know how I'm going to lay this out because before this I used the plum paper. So the layout was a little bit different. I think I'm going to put my savings tracker on this page here, right after the monthly budget. And then after this, I'm going to put my variable income and my monthly budget on this side. I think that's what I'm going to do. So for the washi here, I have these different colorways and patterns for the flowers. I think these are called hydrangeas. Oh my gosh, I can never pronounce it. I looked it up on how to pronounce it multiple times, but I just can't pronounce it. So if these are your favorite flowers or if I've offended you, I'm really sorry. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started for this. Okay, so I haven't planned in so long, not just for budgeting, but also in general for like with my planner too. I have not planned in so long. So I actually picked up the petite planner, the petite daily planner, and that's been working out very well for me. I've actually been loving using that. So I'm hoping to continue using that. I know Erin Condren is going to be having new releases. I'm really hoping that she's going to come out with it and have the Saturday and Sunday separated, but I can only hope, right? So we'll see. Wow, it's been so long since I've been on camera talking. I feel kind of like awkward. I was doing so much better last time. I was slowly like getting more used to talking on camera, but now I just feel like an awkward potato, but that's okay. Okay, so for my April budget, I have to start from scratch. So this video is going to be a little bit longer because I am going to be explaining how I'm kind of, in a sense, starting over in a way. As you guys might know, when I was doing budget videos before last year, all income that would come in the previous month would be the budget for the following month. So for example, all the income that came in March is now my budget for April, and all of my paychecks and stuff that come in for April is going to be my monthly budget for May. So how I did that was, I believe like a few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, when we had tax returns, or we also saved as well, we were able to save up enough to get 1 month ahead. So that's kind of what we did. We saved it up, and then at the beginning of the month, we took out our normal income that we would have for our monthly expenses. And then because we already are starting the month with all the funds that we need, all of the income that came in for the month, we could set aside and use it for the following month. So that's why I'm able to budget monthly. So luckily we didn't get so far behind where we can't do that. We're still able to use all of our income from the previous month for this month. I hope that makes sense. But for the April budget, I'm just going to put the income types as general, and then also extra. We usually never have extra. Extra is usually something like if we get tax returns, for example, or if we have like when we sold our car and we want to save some of it for extra income for the following month. Usually a lot of those times though, we do save the money instead of putting it and calculating it into our budget. That's essentially what the extra in general means for us. And then for the sheet, I was only able to fit one washi on here, but that's perfectly fine. I'm just going to grab it from one of the other sheets. And I'm going to put that here. Nothing else with the format has changed for my kids or how I budget. I still do it essentially the same. I know that I really wanted to do a video because we're so bad. We're so behind. So I really wanted to start making sure that we stay accountable, especially because we're pregnant and our baby will be here in September. So it's not a lot of time left for us to really get our butt in check. Okay, for the variable and fixed, I do this a little bit differently. So I'll probably explain it after everything's laid out a little bit more, so it makes a little bit more sense. But for now, for variable, these are going to be our monthly categories and monthly budget categories that we set for ourselves. For this month, I have groceries, eating out, gas, allowance, pups, and we also have dates because we've been trying to go out a little bit more on dates lately. But yeah, so for groceries, we have a budget of $400. For eating out, we set ourselves a budget of $300. For gas, we sent $150. 150 is very high, but gas has been so expensive lately, and my husband's been having to drive back and forth to work, which is like an hour of commute there and then an hour back. So gas has for sure been quite expensive for us. And then for allowance, we have ourselves $100, pups $50, and then also for date we have $50. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this off. I don't think we're going to be having any more categories. Usually this pretty much stays the same after I set it. So I'm going to leave it like that just in case I don't have enough space for all of our bills. But for fixed expensive, in here, I always have sinking funds. I usually have savings as well in here, but for this month, since we're so behind, I'm not currently saving anything this month, which is okay because we have to play catch up. But you'll probably remember that I used to also have another category that I called storing funds because I wanted to separate out my extremely important sinking funds like car insurance or sewer and water sinking funds that I won't be able to empty out in case of emergency because I still have to use it towards some type of bill. But for this month, I'm not going to do that. I want to see how it looks if I just keep them all in one category. So now I have sinking funds for this one too. This one's pretty much going to stay the same, but I am going to just separate one line because it's just one thing in here, one lonely category in here. And that is what this one looks like. And then for another washi strip, I'm probably just going to grab it from one of these. I guess it doesn't really matter which one I grab it from, so I'm just going to grab it from the savings tracker since I only use one washi for it. So I'm going to put another washi strip down here. And then how I break this up will make more sense when I do the weekly check-in. The weekly balance really comes in handy with keeping track of each category. I also use my phone to track all of my expenses too, but of course in the weekly check-in is when I'll show you how I use the apps that I use to be able to keep track of everything because we don't use cash. So for down here, I also have another set of variable and fixed expenses because these are strictly for our bills. We have a lot of bills. So we have some variable bills and then we also have some fixed bills as well that I like to put down here. So those are variable and then these are fixed. I'm realizing that ever since the beginning when I first started doing budget videos, I always sucked at explaining things. I realized I probably still suck at explaining things, but that's okay. So for the variable expenses, for bills, we have utilities, gas, and we also have utilities. I spelled utilities wrong here, but that's okay. Utilities, electric. I usually I don't know why I decided to spell it out because utilities is a very difficult word for me to spell out because of all the loops. If I spell it out in print, it's fine, but cursive like always trips me up. But I usually just put a U and then gas and then U and then electric because like it's utility. I'll just do that for next time. So if this is very ugly, I'm sorry. But utilities, gas, utilities, electric. We also have mobile. And then I also put a holder category here. I'll explain this more in a bit. Right now, it might not make the most sense. So for our fixed expenses, first we have mortgage, and our mortgage is at $2,135.38. We have internet, and this one is at $79.99. This one also comes out of our credit card. So I like to put that here. And when I do my weekly check-in, you'll see why I like to put which one comes out of our credit card. Gas also comes out of our credit card. And then we also have our student loans. So for both mine and Dustin's student loans combined, it's $360.37. And then we have Netflix. Netflix comes out of our credit card. This one is $10.59. Spotify also comes out of our credit card. And this one is also $10.59. HOA. This one is $80.66. And then we also have a package of Disney, HBO Max, I think like ESPN or something. That all comes out of our credit card too. This one is $21.19. And then we also have HBO. Why do I have this on here twice? I'm not sure. Oh, maybe HBO is different. I'm not really sure. My husband's in charge of all of our services for those ones. So I have to ask him, but I have that here. But that one is $15.89. So the reason why I have as many bills as I can hooked up to our credit card is because we get 2% cash back on everything. So for me, it's like free money. I'm already paying these bills, so we might as well hook whatever we can up to our credit card that does not charge a fee and get cash back. To be honest, like I really wish that we could hook up our mortgage too. Like that would be absolutely amazing, because that would be every single month. What would that be? That would be like 40 something dollars every single month off of our mortgage, if that makes sense, that we'll be getting back in cash back. But of course, there's a fee, so we can't hook it up. Before I put this sticker down, I'm actually going to write the total, just because it's so far down, it's difficult to write. So our total for all of our fixed expenses, adding all of these ones up here, it is $2,714.66. So that is what our total is for all of our fixed bills. And then for our estimate for our variable bills, we estimate that gas will be around $70. For electric, we estimate that it will be around $110. For mobile, we estimate it will be around $200. And then our holder here is $5.34. I'm going to go ahead and do my lines real quick, and then I'll explain why that's $5.34, because right now it might seem a little confusing. But I promise, hopefully it will start making sense. Yes, so going back to the credit card thing, the reason why we strictly use our credit card for everything is because of the whole cashback thing. We pay off our credit card every single month, so we never owe any interest, or we never accumulate anything, because we always pay off the previous month's balance. So we never get charged for anything or any penalty. So that's the reason why we do it. We've been using just credit card for many years now, because that's just the thing that I've grown to be most comfortable with, especially since I don't really use cash like that. But that's kind of what that is about. And then for the total of all of the variable gas, all of these added together equals to $385.34. For our monthly category budgets, 400, 300, 150, all of these combined together, this equals to $1,050. For our sinking funds, we're budgeting $900 in here for sinking funds, and this I will do in a different video, and since it's only category, it's just $900. So for down here, The reason why I put $5.34 in here is because the total for our fixed bills, the $2,714.66, plus the total for our variable bills, the $385.34, this combined equals to $3,100. So the reason why this is really important for me and how I budget and how it makes sense to me is no matter what happens for the month of April, I need to make sure I have $3,100 to pay for all of our bills, because bills you can't really miss. Of course, there's going to be penalties. You get fees and late fees and all that stuff, right? You don't want to miss your bills. So no matter what, we have to make sure we have $3,100 for all of our bills to cover all of our bill expenses. And then of course we have our monthly budget for like eating and like gas and treating ourselves out, buying toys for our pups, that type of thing. And then of course our sinking funds, which again I'll cover in a different video. But that's kind of how those numbers work in my brain. And then of course the total budget that we would need for the month, or that I'm predicting for the month, is $3,100 plus $1,050 plus $900. So that equals to $5,050. So for the month of April, our budget is $5,050 if all goes well. So that's kind of what our budget is for the month of April. I hope that it makes sense. But for sure, as time goes on, I'm going to continue explaining it. And I'm hoping that as time goes on, it for sure will make more sense. But I'm really excited to be budgeting on camera. I know last time I kind of stopped because I couldn't handle budgeting on camera anymore, because I really was just doing my planning videos. And it was too much for me to do. But this time, I'm really focusing on trying to reformat stickers, reformat how I produce and how my production goes, just so I'm able to do more videos and create more things for you guys whenever we open the shop. And especially when baby comes, like I really don't want that. I want to prepare for it this time. Like last year, I've definitely learned a lot. So I'm trying to take this time to take advantage and change things up a little bit. But yeah, anyway, I realized I forgot a line here. But that is going to be it for my April monthly budget portion of this. And then of course, at the end of the month, I'll be doing a closeout. But yes, so let's go ahead and move on. So the budget sheet is now done. And let's go ahead and do variable income. So I know that the colorways for these two don't quite match, so I'm hoping that they still look okay together. I kind of couldn't decide, and I ended up just picking all of them because I was doing this kit for myself anyway, so I really wanted to do the different designs. Oh, that's actually really pretty. I like that a lot. And then this would be for variable income. I'm thinking of changing variable income to just income, because even though it is variable income, I know that a lot of people use variable income quite differently from how I do it. How I put variable income is I put every single thing that comes in, because unless I know for sure what the income is going to be, I don't know, because me and Dustin are both paid hourly. So it truly depends on what the income will be for us, because it could be off by a couple dollars, it could be off by a couple cents. And we do overtime or something, it could be off by that. So it really depends. And then of course for any other income, sometimes when we end up deciding to cash out our cash rewards from our credit card or something. But anyway, so I kind of just laid this down. I just gave myself a few lines, just so we have enough to be able to put our paychecks down or whatever else we need to. But I'm going to be doing that stuff off camera, since I'm not going to be showing our income. And then I'm going to go ahead and do our lines here. And then since I have the washi, I am going to be putting a washi down here as well. And then I also have these dots, which I will put too, because I like to use these little dots just for anything that is different, any huge notes that they remember. This month we have a huge expense, a reminder, this month we sold our car in the middle of the month randomly, like we weren't expecting to, but we did, type of thing. So I am going to just put these dots here because like I tend to put notes for the variable expenses randomly depending on how the month goes. But that is what the variable income looks like, and that actually looks really cute together. Different, it's very different, but still very cute. To be honest, I actually really like this layout here with these colors and the green and the pink. Anyway, okay, so the last one that I'm going to set up with you guys today is our savings tracker. So for the savings tracker, you see that I also use a different washi for this one too. I was just having way too much fun. But this one is adorable as well. And then this savings tracker, we've still been saving, but I have not been keeping track of it. Because like I think like our interest and stuff, because we get interest on our account from the balance, it got like messed up last month. But like I just noticed it, so I actually have to call them to see what happened, because the interest rate didn't go down either. It's just we just got less. I don't really know what that's about. So I just want to see if I'm missing something, or if like, I don't know. But yeah, I'm just going to call and ask and see why. But for savings tracker as well, I'm going to go ahead and just put a few lines. It doesn't have to be too many. Honestly, this is probably a lot because we don't really make savings transactions like that, except when we put money in or if it's interest. We don't touch savings. I try to make it a habit to never ever ever touch savings unless it's an emergency. But yeah, so I'm gonna put this little washi down here. I actually just skipped the whole entire line because I have so much space anyway. And then these dots down here, I'm still gonna just put just because I have them. For any goals or any like foreseeable future expenses or something that I want to note down that has to do with our savings. But this sheet is essentially done, and then I have one more washi strip here, but I am going to save it just in case I need it for a different spread. But this is what the savings tracker looks like as well. Over here, I don't know when or if I will do it on camera, but on this side, I usually always keep track of like our 401k, how much it went up for both of us, for HSA, because we both have HSA, but I actually changed my health insurance, so I don't have it anymore this year, but I still have funds in it that I can use for any medical expenses. Same with our debt total that we have as well. And then I also like to keep track of any incoming or any upcoming expenses. Like this month we have to pay for car insurance. I would put that here. But anything like that, that's kind of an idea of what I use the dashboard for. But going back to our savings tracker, then we have our variable income, and we also have our budget. That is actually going to be it for this video. I feel like there's so much that I want to tell you guys and catch you guys up on and say to you guys, but I will definitely say more. Probably with like maybe a plan with me or something, but I honestly don't know when the next plan with me will be. But I hope you guys are doing well. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, even though it is different from my normal plan with me's. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and see you guys next time. Bye.